All right, I've been really thinking about this. How come, like, thinking in a way, thinking Junto Nakatani, because Junto Nakatani, even though he did have, an iffy fight with Hernandez, in a way, in Junto, seeing two Japanese fighters that are this special type of fighters in the pound for pound list, it's crazy seeing. This goes into my fighter of the year also. My fighter of the year also. For example, I remember when I first was getting to watch Inoue, and now I'm thinking like now I'm high on him. But when I first was watching him, I was like, dang, is this guy really gonna be someone that is he gonna be someone that's really gonna be on the pound for pound list for a while? And then after seeing, for example, I seen him get dropped by Neri, and then seeing him get back up, and then after seeing him get back up, him stopping him, and then slowly seeing the adjustments he's making his defense throughout, I guess, this year. Instead of working just basically on his defense, he's mixing his feet. He's using his feet as his defense, like to get in position, to get out of position, and then the way he fought Alan Picasso, like, was a very. I know he said he didn't like his performance, but personally, was a very beautiful performance to me. And then Nakatani fighting Hernandez, even though technically a lot of people thought Junta Nakatani won. Sorry. Even though a lot of people thought Junto Nakatani lost, he it was such an entertaining fight for me, and I still saw, obviously, I think Hernandez could possibly be one of them guys that's gonna give most guys that beat him, he's gonna give them trouble. Because when I'm watching, I'm seeing Junto, I'm like, damn, he's landing some very fantastic shots on. When I saw Junto landing some very fantastic shots on Hernandez, I'm like, damn, and he's not pinning Hernandez down. He's moving up in weight division, and you're fighting a very tough dude. A lot of people obviously didn't know who he was, but that was a very entertaining, tough fight for Junto Nakatani. I don't know if he beats Naoya Inoue now. Like, I think he's going to give Naoya Inoue some problems, because if you watch him fight Hernandez, even though it was points where Hernandez was pushing the pressure so much, Hernandez was getting hit with some weird shots from Junto Nakatani. Now, after seeing that, I think I still have Inoue stopping Junto Nakatani, but I think it's going to be a tough fight before he stops him. And then now this goes into me having Inoue fighter of the year. I have him fighter of the year because you don't just fight 4 times this year. You defend all 4 of your titles this year, and that's something that a lot of the pound for pound guys, they couldn't do. Or if they did defend their undisputed titles, the belt got taken right away. Now Inoue, he's the lineal champion and undisputed, and he defended all four of his titles this year. 3 of the fights being people that were actually tough fights versus I think one of the fourth ones, which was Kim. That was one of the fights he had earlier this year. Kim, which is a fight everyone knew he was gonna win. Let me know what you guys think, who your fighter of the year is. I got Naoya Inoue. I understand. If you have Terrence Crawford, I completely understand. I'm just looking at it like, all right, if I'm not just going based off of, all right, you fought Canelo. If I'm going based off, like, if Terrence would have defended his belt maybe a couple times, it would have been like, all right, because it's harder. If you're looking at 168, it's hard. It would have been harder to defend your belts like 4 times versus just fighting Canelo, because each of those opponents are different, and then you're fighting some of the top guys in the division. Let me know what you guys think. I'm out.